What's going on, everyone? Miles here from Ice 9 Kills, and we are out on tour today. We're at the Riviera in Chicago, Illinois. This is night 2. We're doing a headlining tour. We're playing 2 different sets. We're doing Silver Scream-A-Thon one night, and then the next night we're doing Silver Scream-A-Thon 2, and then we have dates with Metallica as well, and we've had a few one-offs. So we're here for the night 2, which is the Welcome to Horrorwood night in Chicago. So let's take a look at some of the stuff we're using here. We've got 2 guitar vaults here. We've got a bunch of guitars in them, as you can see, and basses. I'm taking this hair tie off. I've had enough of that. Let's start out with this guy. This is one of my signature models. This is the 7-string version. I have Fishman's in here now. I'm using Fishman's. This model came out a while ago. Maple fretboard, black binding, looks great. Stainless steel frets, dual humbucker, 5-way switch, Floyd Rose, 1500 series always. All the components are in the back, or under here. They're not in the back, as they would traditionally be on a guitar. But yeah, these are the guitars that have been ripping for a while. Our guitar tech Kirby did this cool little thing here where this is from a mic stand, so they've already been put away. But this is like the pick holders that you put on a mic stand. And I had like an emergency situation. I had a guitar solo I had to play, and I went up on the center riser and just lost the pick, and I had to use my fingers for it, and I was like, that can't ever happen again. And so he, pretty shortly after that, put this little guy in. You can stick 2 picks on. It's a really clever way of doing it. That doesn't block the front, you can't really see it. So this has been the main rig for a while. So as far as the pickups go, these are Fishman Fluence Moderns. I really like Fishman's. I had a Schecter that had Fishman's in it, and I was always kind of tracking with those. I used Seymour Duncan for a long time. Great pickups, but the Fishman's work really well for what I'm doing now. And so I've been using these for a while now. I don't know, all my guitars have them, I think. There might be a couple in here that still have the Duncans in them, but these are Fishman Fluence Moderns. As far as strings go, I'm using the Elixirs. I've been using these forever. I think I've got a whole string thing in here that has just boxes and boxes of them. I've been using these forever. The Nano Webs 9 to 46, and then a 59 for the low A. I do the same thing if I'm in B standard. And then also a half step down, I'll still use the same strings because they feel nice and loose. And it's really good. This one is in drop A. All of the songs, so we have drop A for everything, and then there's a couple songs that we pitch shift, and we'll talk about that in a few. That we go down a whole step for one, and then I think we actually pitch shift up for another song. But yeah, they're all drop A, and then the 6 strings are in C sharp, drop C sharp. So it's like drop C, the best guitar tuning, but half step higher. So this is the 6-string version of that. That 7-string you just saw. It's identical except for the pickups. These are the pickups that come stock with it. They are Seymour Duncan Pegasus and Sentient combo. Yeah, that's what they are. The grain on this one's beautiful. God, the quilt is so cool. I love it. But yeah, identical guitar, same thing. This one doesn't have a little thing in the back. I guess I hadn't had too many emergencies with this guitar, but identical guitar to that, just 6 strings. Yeah, as far as the strings on this one goes, they are identical. It's still the Nano Web 9 to 46 pack. I use that in drop C sharp, and it's nice and loose. I mean, you can just bend like off the neck, So you get that really cool 80s vibrato with this, and it screams real nice. Intonation is a little bit of an issue, but it makes you feel cooler. So we've got Joe's basses. We've got Rick stuff here. He's got some of these Ernie Ball Kaizens. Joe's on the ESP basses. And then I do have over here a little prototype action going on here. What is the problem? I have a little prototype action going on. This is something I'm working on with Schecter. I've already dropped it, as you can see. I dropped it as soon as I got it, like day 1. But you may hear more about this in the future. Fishman Fluence as well. That's why they're screwed up. And then also there is a 6-string of that exact same thing. So there's a little bit of scallop action going on here, but all right. So moving from there, this is Kirby's station. He's over there endlessly teching forever. Once I don't know how he's always working on guitars. But Kirby's our guitar tech, excellent gentleman, excellent guitar tech, and this is his area here that I often come in and move his tools around, and he's like, "Can you not?" And I just can't not do it. But yeah, I come in here and move things around, and yeah, he gets annoyed, but he's got how many tuners here? 1, 2, 3. I feel like there's a 4th one. I think this tunes as well. I don't know, but this whole thing, it's always developing. It's pretty cool. And got set lists. He's got all the stuff on here for what we play, guitar changes and whatnot. Got more set lists here probably for us tonight. He's got his in-ear pack. Bunch of tools, typical stuff. I actually don't know what's in here, so let's find out. Maybe I can.
It'll kind of work.
Alright, tools. This appears to go to lights that he has around. I can't entirely get in here. Cleaning products, gloss protective enamel, tape, batteries, sheet protectors, that's for our set lists. UN flag, I think, and more tape. So, that's Kirby's area. This is his area as well, but this has our amps and stuff in it. So, what we've got here, this is the talk back, so everyone can communicate. We're using SE mics. All of our mics are SE. This talks dispenser, according to the sticker on it. So that's what that's for. I think this is a spare quad cortex he's been working on something for, where we, in case of catastrophe, we can all run through this, which is pretty cool. This is my first time seeing this. And then outside of Kirby's mystery quad cortex here, Joe's on a quad as well. Ricky is also on a quad. I think the quads are great. I've been using the Fractal Audio stuff forever, and that's why I have an FM3 in here. Got a little pick pouch in here, which is cool. I guess my intonation key is in. I don't know why that's in there, but these are Jim Dunlop Tortex pitch black picks with the custom ink logo on them. These are 1.14 millimeter, and just, you know, the simple thing. I've been using these picks for probably over a decade now. I don't want to try another pick. I did try these that they use. These are also Dunlop. These are the Flow ones, I think. They're a little bit bigger. They feel nice, but I think I like the smaller ones. And yeah, so this is the whole rig. I mean, from like Metallica stadium shows to any show that we play, this is my sound. This is it. And I've been using the Fractal stuff forever. This is basically, I think, like the floor version of like an Axe FX 3. I started out with an Axe FX 2. I got one when I was 18, and now I'm 30, and I'm still using Axe FX stuff. Within this, I made a tone for every single song. So on this tour, we're cycling through 33 songs. It's like an insane amount of songs to remember and go through, but I make a tone for each one, and I do like tempo delays, and some of them require different things. It's not really a set that I can use like one patch for, you know, especially playing lead. It's, you know, I have a lot more changes than just like a rhythm tone. So going through this, I have every single song mapped out, you know, in order from the record. So 0 to like 13 or 12 would be Silver Scream-1, every single song. And then we start on Silver Scream-2, go all the way through, and then we have the encore songs at the end that, yeah, 33 songs, because 0 is one on here. It's really annoying. But looking at this, what I'm using, it's the same bass tone for everything. It's the same tone from the get-go, and that's it's actually a tone that Andrew had made that I ended up tweaking. We're using a Thorndal amp, and then we have some Own Hammer cab IRs, 2 of them. I think that's how we're running it. I'll check right now and tell you. So if we go to the cab block, it should be cabs. Yeah, there's 2. Yeah, cab 1 left, cab 1 right. Yeah, so they're just Own Hammer cab IRs, which is really nice. What we're using outside of that is going to be just basically reverbs and delays. I have some filter tones that have, you know, for like the beginning of Rash Decision, for example, that's like a filter thing, or like World in My Hands, that starts out, I'll do like a band pass, and then it's just reverb and delay. It's pretty simple, and so that's kind of like the copy-paste thing. But yeah, outside of that, there's the filter tones really, there's rhythm, lead. I have noise gates that go off and on. That's something I'll program in. Like if you look at the layout here, there's input, which I have a gate on, so that's already got a gate. But for like really tight rhythm stuff where we have like syncopated like like rests and stuff, I have the secondary gate come on to be like a really tight rhythm tone, and then it just bypasses on a different scene, so it's not a problem. Drive pedal in here, Horizon Precision, I'm pretty sure is what it is. Oh, is it not? That's alarming. Whoa, what tone is this? Farewell to Flesh? Now I'm scared. Okay, Horizon Precision Drive, we're good. We're on a different scene. That scared the hell out of me for a second. I was like, that's not right. Yeah, that's it. Parametric EQ, that's another thing that's important to this. If I turn these parametric EQs off, the tone sounds entirely different. So I think I'll show you the EQ if you want. So that's one of them. So a little low mid pull, and then something probably around, where would it be, 4K maybe? No, 2.4, have that pulled down, and then the second one has a bit more going on. So just high end, pull down, low mids again. Those are the secret. That's why the tone sounds the way that it does, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that's my whole rig. This is what I use from stadium shows to tiny shows. This amp is the thing. Like I've used this playing for 50 people. I've used this playing for like 95,000 people. So it's pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Moving on from there, let's talk about the in-ear situation. We've got all this set up. This is Hamish. He does our monitors, and he kind of sets this whole world up. This, like, I don't even know, but this is not mine. This is Joe's. Most of us are on 64. Hamish. I'm looking for the cat. That will give me the answer. Yep, here we go. This is my cat. I have her on my in-ears. She's Sabrina. I love her very much. She's on both sides. She's super cute. So cool. But these are 64 audio A12Ts, I think. We're using Shure P10R. I could tell you it was Shure, but I didn't know what the model was. I think we use the same thing every single tour. Yeah, this is how we're running that stuff, and that's all basically controlled over in this area where we have Handsome Lane walking by, putting coffee down. All the in-ear stuff is over here. So we've got, Kirby, guitar tech, Hamish, he's got his own mix, Zoe, she does our lights, the crew, so all of our stage actors and stuff are on the same mix, Adam, drummer, Real Big Fish, that's going to be the two horn players, Matt and John, Ricky, Joe, Spencer, Miles, so we all have our own frequencies. This stuff is kind of like above my pay grade. I don't get it, you know, like I understand it, but if I had to set it up, we'd be in trouble. Moving from there, batteries. These are batteries, and then our wireless guitars are going to be here. So that's bass, my guitar. This is a weird thing. So this is something I spent some time dealing with because, you know, it's constantly the struggle of like cable tone versus wireless tone. And then, you know, if you have to set it 0, which is going to be like the closest thing, you get feedback. So it's like, I've spent some time messing with that, and I think -5 is where we landed, where it's the safest bet between feedback and actually sounding like the tone, where you get the nice bloom and nothing gets like fizzy is kind of what happens when you start pulling the gain down. Really frustrating that that's a thing. I wish cables could just be a thing, but it just doesn't work. Well, thank you to everyone who checked this out. I want to give a shout out to Schecter Guitars, Fishman Pickups, Elixir Strings, 64 Audio, Fractal Audio, also Neural DSP. Even though I'm not using them live, I do use a bunch of their stuff at home, and it's fantastic. So thank you to all those companies who are supporting me and making this awesome stuff happen with these awesome guitars and this whole situation sound good. I appreciate it a bunch. Thank you to everyone who's checked out. I'm not wearing it right now. Nightfall, I got a clothing company. See a lot of you guys out here at the shows doing the VIPs with the shirts. So sick. So I love seeing the SIG models, love seeing the shirts, love seeing everyone come out to these shows and have a good time. So we're going to be touring in the summer as well, and we've got some other stuff going on too, but we just announced a tour today for the summer. We're going out with Dayseeker, The Funeral Portrait, love that band, everyone go check them out. And Kim Dracula as well as Mest. So we'll see you out in the summer, got a bunch of good shows going on then, and the rest of the year, we'll see you there too. All right, and over here we've got my table that I go to during the show. I've got a coffee here, usually a Red Bull, a couple other things. These are all of our masks. This is the funeral derangement mask. This one's so cool. This is for take your pick. Got a little miner hat. There's a button that you can turn the light on, just so we can see. This one hurts my head. There's something, it's that glue. I need to get rid of it. And then this is for assault and batteries. This is the night 2 set of masks. Night 1 we have a lot more. Oh, these glasses for hip to be scared. We gotta look cool. Can I put them on? That wasn't cool.